Welcome back. I realized at the end of Chapter 8 that I hadn't looked at my emails, or Anna's emails, and in fact this email from Paul is relatively important to the development of the plot of the game. He's warning me about, possible corruption at UNATCO, wants me to hack in some computers. He doesn't know, he knows Manderley's password, we already looked at that one. He doesn't know Anna's, but I do because that was actually on a list on Alex's computer at the start of the game. It's Scris PC. I guess we can check that out.
Piece of gossip. Anna Navarra likes your style. I bet you guys would make a nice couple.
And then here on Anna's computer is a Manderley email essentially ordering her to kill Lebedev rather than capture him, in contradiction of the initial mission objectives. Also, of course, Herman sending Anna a poorly formatted email about Denton. No worries. Anyway, so now we'll go back out.
Putting the squeeze on Manderley.
Now we'll go back out and we will track down the missing barrel of ambrosia. Oh, and of course, if you didn't have time to read those emails, just, pause the video. No worries.
Your chopper's ready, Agent.
Piece of gossip. Anna Navarra.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
Dropping you in Battery Park. We know the NSF were moving material through here at one point. Seems like a good place to start looking.
So you'll recall from earlier videos that the mole person we saved in the park suggested that we find Curly and tell him the password Underworld. So we will do that.
Hey, you're UNATCO. You're the new guy.
Who's asking?
I heard about you. I work for UNATCO too. Freelance. I get paid by the answer.
A real patriot.
I see it like this. It all balances out. UNATCO's just as much gun freaks as the militias. And if everybody's gonna shoot it out, fine, so long as neither side wins and takes over the whole country.
The goal of UNATCO is not conquest. It's the safety of ordinary people like yourself.
I know an army when I see one. Look, I'll be blunt. Got any cash? There's a secret passage behind that phone booth over there. For 500, I'll tell you where to get the code.
I'm not interested.
Note that I had no choice but to say I'm not interested despite having more than enough money. I don't know. Subway's busted. Can't get over to Hell's Kitchen. Gotta find Curly, I suppose. He should be in one of these dwellings. Yeah, I think this is him.
Oh, thank...
I can think of safer places to camp. After all the fighting tonight.
Cops said I could be here. Besides, I ain't camping. I'm with the mole people.
Why the name Mole People?
They call us that because we live underground. Like they're some kind of superior beings or something because they got more money than we do.
Maybe you should join your people. Anywhere underground would be safer than Battery Park.
The moles need someone topside. And besides, it's been pretty quiet. I'd rather be here than have the NSF tromping around with machine guns.
The NSF are hiding out with the Mole People?
Yeah, they haven't hurt anybody. We guess it's all right.
I need to contact the NSF. Think you could tell me how to find the moles?
Sure. Just give me the password so I know they trust you.
Underworld.
Underworld.
Good. As long as they decided to give you access. Go to the phone booth in the subway station. The code's MOLE. That's 6653.
Thanks.
When you get to the Brooklyn Bridge station, talk to Charlie. He'll get you into the tunnels where we live.
Think it's true, the vaccine they got?
Horrible information security. Ridiculous. Mole. At least pick 4 random digits so you pretend to be a little secure. Note that this is of course also pickable if you didn't have any money. If you didn't have any money or have saved the mole guy from before, or have any multi-tools left, I guess you would be reduced to looking up online the code. Oops, killed a rat. Made it in.
After the quakes, the homeless drifted down here. Junkies, runaways, grifters. There's a DSS file a mile long on this place. Some of them, the so-called mole people, have permanent living quarters in an adjacent tunnel system not on my map.
Alright, so basically your goal here is to
clinic.
leave the mole people and get to the NSF hideout. Talk to this guy.
I hear the NSF are using the mole people hideout as a base.
Are you the feds? We don't need a war down here.
I work for UNATCO.
Well, the NSF come through here, but they don't bother us. If we need help with anything, it's our plumbing. We lost pressure because of the explosions on South Street.
Tough break. You tell me about the NSF, and I'll put in a word with the city about the water.
The city don't know we got water, and they
Put in a
don't
word
need to
with
know.
the city.
How about you fix it, and then I'll talk.
I don't have much time.
I would open the valve myself, but there was a cave-in. Utility door's blocked. It's up at the north end of the tracks, in case you want to take a look.
Clearing a tunnel. That would require explosives.
It could be done. A lamb would do the trick. It's just that I'm not gonna be the one to talk to the rooks. They'd probably sell us one, but they don't like people going into their turf, which is the whole upper level.
Alright, so you have to clear out, well, the mole people hideout is in the men's room, I think, and there's a keypad, and like you can't bypass the keypad, and you need to know the code from this guy before you can go past. And you have to clear out this tunnel with explosives, and if you don't have a GEP launcher or any lambs, there's several ways to get a lamb here. There's a drug addict in one of the bathrooms who has a bomb that he's going to blow himself up with, and you can either like kill him and take it from him, or get him some Zyme to give it to you. Zyme, by the way, is the current designer drug. And then there's a drug dealer down here. Let me see if I can find him. Who the gang upstairs wants you to take out, so that they'll give you a lamb. Or you can just... There's the drug dealer. Or you can just pretty much go upstairs and kill all the rooks. And actually, there's a pretty funny cutscene there. If you have killed all of them except the gang boss, they have a good line of dialogue. But I don't have any like weapons on me, so I'm not going to do that. You should check it out in the game yourself, though. Get to this point and kill all of the rooks before you talk to the gang boss. Anyway, we're going to fix the water. We also, of course, could have jumped through the steam, but that would have caused a lot of damage. Valve. I get the ref. This game is available on Steam. Valve? I don't know. Let's move a little faster.
The water line should be open now.
Good. Glad to see you UNATCO boys do something for the community.
Now, can you tell me about the NSF?
NSF? Yeah, they took over our tunnels.
How do I get there?
Go to the women's restroom on the other side of the station. Look for a keypad under the sink. Combination's 5482.
Great. I'm glad I can help you out.
At least the NSF has a real random password. Okay, and so I was remembering wrong. This one you can get out of just by finding the keypad and bypassing it. It's the next segment where you need to fulfill the objectives, where it's not bypassable. Anyway, so we're advancing into the NSF tunnels. Alright, so this is a combat situation, so I am going to save, but we should be able to handle it both stealthily and non-lethally. If you move up this way, avoiding enemy contact, the commander of the NSF should surrender. Actually, one of the biggest dangers in this level is accidentally stepping on a cat, which will trigger the combats. It's pretty funny. And that's an innocent guy. Whose patrol route I am not sure of. Guard in there. There's that guy there. We need to wait for that guy to come back this way so that we can move into the commander's hideout. Look at him hopping down like he's so cool.
Surrender.
Tell me what you know about the Ambrosia shipment.
I'll cooperate. Relax. Key to the men's restroom is on the table.
Restroom? I'm looking for an airfield.
First you gotta go through the restroom to some tunnels. The airfield's about a mile to the east.
This better not be a joke.
Hey, I'm just an accountant. I know the body armor looks threatening, but I'm part-time, like a reservist. I don't want any trouble.
It's true, the body armor does look a little threatening.
The key's on the corner of the table.
I don't remember if his troops have all stood down, but I'm pretty sure they have. Yep, see, they're green now.
Hold fire!
Hold fire indeed. If you step on a cat, though, they will turn back red. See, even these guys back here.
The panel's secured.
Good. The booby traps?
Installed.
I surrender.
They really think you'll make it this far?
I've already made it this far. Booby traps, eh? See, that door has infinite lock strength. You can't get in without the key from the NSF guy. Alright, and we're through and into the tunnels that lead to the airfield. We'll save here. We won't save just
These
yet.
sewage tunnels look like they come out somewhere by the airfield. Be careful, though. The terrorists probably expect intruders.
So, this is a pretty straightforward. You got two ways to go here. This way has steam vents that will do you damage. This way has traps that could kill you. But this is clearly the easier way because we have the speed hog and can just jump right over. Now we need to go. We need to save in here. So now we need to go quietly because that guy can hear us. Key. Alright, so probably the most straightforward path here is to blow up this crate of explosives. Notice that this functions as a path of no return. You are strictly locked into going to the airfield now. Now, we'll recall that the NSF said something about booby traps, so let's advance a little cautiously and discover an EMP grenade on the wall. Just barely got it. Alright, so there's two robots in the area ahead. You can go down underneath them in the sewers, you can actually stealth by their patrol routes, but really that sounds all like kind of a pain in the ass, so I think I'll just blow them up. Maybe there's two robots. Thought I remembered that. only got one of them. Actually got neither of them. Alright, excellent. So we'll try that again. Might as well just use gap rockets against the bots. At least those lock on.
Target acquired.
Alright, well, we can use an explosive lamb here. He's close enough that I shouldn't miss. I didn't miss. Etod St. Mary.
You're entering a helibase terminal below a private section of LaGuardia. Veer to the east. You should be able to take the elevator to ground level. If you hit trouble, double back across the platform. There's a sewer drain to the northwest which leads to a pond next to the airfield. We think we might know who's moving the shipment. More in a minute.
Alright, so this is again a pretty wide open area that has a lot of places you can go. We found the ambrosia there, by the way.
Looks like you're on the right track. That's one of the 3 missing barrels of ambrosia. We'll be sending a team to recover it. See if you find the other 2.
There's something behind those bookshelves, but I forget it's on the other side that you can actually unlock it and get to it.
Thought I saw someone.
A guy in a
I
coat.
know I heard something.
Oh well, I've triggered like all of the NSF, but no worries, because we can actually... Anyway, so I am skipping some stuff, but you straight up can just run through here.
I swear I heard something.
Sprint by these guys. Take a little damage and get up into the airbase. It's not pretty, but it works. Anyway, I like this level a lot better, and
This is the terminal at LaGuardia owned by Juan Ivanovich Lebedev. We're certain based on what you've discovered that he's working with terrorists. Your orders are to locate and kill him. We're sending you a map of the airfield.
anyway, as I said, I actually like this level a lot better than the helipad part of it, because, you know, you have a bit wider of a space to approach in, there are slightly fewer cameras. There's a nice secret area over there. Anyway, so I think this is actually, we're going to call this the end of Chapter 9, and we are going to pick up in Chapter 10 with me finding and, of course, not killing Lebedev, because JC values all human life, but finding and neutralizing Juan Ivanovich Lebedev. So, thanks for watching.